You approve of this translation, don't you? Yes. And the second question for today what did you?
What is the meaning of Al-Amal Salih?
Al-Amal Salih. Al-Amal Salih is a beautiful term which speaks of the health of your action. If you are healthy in mind, in spirit, in your attitudes, and do good things with that background, your act or your whatever you do will be entitled Amal Salih. That is one definition of Amal Salih. And the second is that it should have the quality of Hasana. Amal Salih is something which is not hard to recognize and difficult to identify. It is apparent. If somebody is doing Amal Salih, it is impossible for the people not to see and recognize that this is good thing. That is why it is also called Hasana. And Hasanat is the plural of Hasana. Another angle of this meaning is, it is mentioned in the Holy Quran, Innal Hasanat yuzhibna sayyiat. The good thing, which is Amal Salih, has the quality of removing the bad things. So if any man with righteous acts or Amal Salih moves in a society, he always improves the quality of the people around him. Sometimes, obviously and evidently, sometimes to a small degree. It is impossible for people to totally resist the goodness of somebody who has Amal Salih. He has that quality of creating a revolution all around him. And another meaning of this Amal Salih is that which comes to stay and which will never be, that will never be buried in history as a past relic. Amal Salih continues and grows. It never dies. Despite the fact that the whole world has become wicked, the concept of Amal Salih is never subjected to annihilation. Even today in this world, you discuss the matters with everybody, anywhere in the world, even the most wicked will say, yes, the world is bad. Everything is wrong about this world. But he himself would be wrong. He will be a filthy drop in a filthy ocean. But he knows it. His inner being craves for something good. This is Amal Salih. So once it is recognized, it comes to stay. And people can never put it to oblivion forever. I have traveled far and wide giving lectures on this and that, and I have noticed the craving is universal. Well, recently I have been to Norway, and there also in the questions, there were questions about what is happening to us? What is happening to mankind? Where are the good old days? So sometimes Amal Salih is present in the form of actual good works and good deeds of people. Sometimes it is present as a quality which is being missed. Quality which people crave for. It creates a void, but that void is always felt by the people. They know something is missing. If a bad boy or bad man goes out and does not come, you will never bother to remember him and to miss him. You say one very less. Good riddance. But if a good man passes out, or leaves the country, or leaves a family and so on and so forth, he's always missed. So in this form as well, Amal Saleh continues to exist and live. And the verdict is passed not only by religious people, it is passed by man as such. This is Amal Saleh, which is recognized, recognizable, remembered, and when it is not there, it is missed. So this is the meaning of the Holy Quran, that As-Salihatul Baqiyat. Al-Baqiyatu Salihat. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Al-Baqiyatu Salihat. Salihat have the quality of survival. Those things which are bad, they do not have the quality of survival. So I'll explain to you in different ways. The concept of a good thing always survives. But there are a myriad of things which were bad and evil in the past societies. They have not survived. Nobody misses them, nobody talks about them. You only read of them in history. But that also is mentioned just as a necessity of the historian, not by word of praise. But good thing when it is missed, you always remember it. Like I've spoken this morning of Horus in the Quran class. They said he was a king who was around 500 some years before Jesus Christ, Persian king. And all the world historians who cover that part of the history, they praise him like anything, despite the fact that he didn't belong to their religion. Because he was known to be a man of Amal Saleh. And as such, he will never die. They don't praise the prophets because of prejudices. But deep inside they know it, that as long as they lived, goodness lived. So in these connotations, you can understand the word Amal Saleh better. Otherwise, many of us will not be properly comprehended and you think it is a contradiction. The Holy Quran says Amal Saleh stays, Al-Baqiyatu Salihat, and Ja'al Haqqu wa Zahaq al-Batil, Innal Batil Kana Zahuqa. But what we see, Batil has spread everywhere and Haqq seems to have run away. But this opens another discussion. But I assure you, if there is Haqq, while it is there, it never runs away from Batil. Because Haqq is Amal Saleh in another sense of the word. It never turns its back to the evil enemy. Stays upright and defeats what is bad. But if people are without Haqq, then you can't say Haqq has left and forgotten and turned its back. So this is sometimes a confusing factor which people don't properly understand. If you see evil replacing Haqq or goodness, it is not because the goodness has the quality of running away, because man is free either to accept goodness or not to accept it. But if he is good, then he is victorious. Then he conquers the society. It happened every time a prophet came. And if the society was not conquered, then God destroyed him. So the people, the society. So this principle again emerges in a different way. That Haqq comes to stay and the Batil has no legs to stand. But there's so many other things, let's consider it sufficient for the time being, right?